Making a good first impression at work should be your top priority. It is the foundation that will lead to an easier path at your new job. It doesn't matter if you're an intern or someone that's older, everyone can benefit from making a good first impression. In this video, I'll share 13 things that you could do to help make a good first impression when starting a new job. So let's get into it. What's up everybody? This is Brandon Hill and welcome back to my channel where we share content to help young professionals develop personally, professionally, and financially. We all know that first impressions are important. When you nail this first impression, a few great things will happen. First, you'll make friends, which will make your days a lot better. Second, people will be more willing to work with you. You'll build up a positive reputation, build your network for future opportunities, and overall, things will just be a lot easier for you. So now let's dive into the 13 things that you could do to make the best impression. Coming in at number 1 is to have confidence. Have confidence that you belong at the company and have confidence in the way that you carry yourself. You don't want to be arrogant, but you want to show people that you are confident in who you are and what you're there to do. You aren't timid or insecure about yourself, your work, and your abilities. Imposter syndrome is common to feel at the start of a new job. Just know that a majority of the people feel the same way when they start somewhere new. Remind yourself why you are qualified and deserving of the role, and go out there and be confident. Your colleagues will pick up on this and it'll make a great impression on them. Number 2, introduce yourself and get to know everybody. When starting a new job, make it a mission to get to know everybody. This will help you in many ways. First, you'll make a good impression by showing you're outgoing and willing to reach out to people. Second, you have a chance to show your personality and your friendliness to help build camaraderie with your colleagues. Third, you'll learn who everybody is and what their role is in the company. And the fourth point is that you'll need the cooperation and help from your colleagues for this new job that you're starting. And befriending anybody you can will make it more likely that you'll receive help when you do inevitably need that help. One pro tip when getting to know everybody, don't be that person that only talks about work. Get to know people and talk about their interests too. This is how you'll really connect with people. Tip number 3, start learning about the role, team, and company immediately. The hardest part of a job is definitely the first month. In that month, everything is new to you and you're drinking from the fire hose. Accept that the first month will be difficult, buckle down, and try to do everything that you can to get caught up to speed as quickly as possible. If you could quickly become well-versed and skilled in all of your duties, you'll impress everybody around you and you'll make a great first impression. Your team will notice your commitment and your ability to learn quickly. And doing this will just help you in general perform better at your job, which will also lead to making a better impression. Tip number 4 is to say yes to all opportunities. When you first start a new job, you're probably going to be the person that needs to say yes to everything, at least for the first 90 days. You do this because you are new to the company and you need to prove yourself while sending the right messages to the management team. You want to show that you are hardworking, willing to lend a hand, open-minded, and overall just a good teammate. Saying no to certain things too early on into your position could send negative messages. Here's some examples of scenarios where you'd want to say yes. Your boss asks for someone to take lead on a new project. You should probably accept that. Second, a VP from a different department asks someone to track down a document for her, and you could be that person to track that down. And lastly, your team asks you to go on a company event with them. You should say yes to this so you could build relationships with your team and get to know them. And just note that saying yes isn't all about work assignments. Say yes to opportunities to network and bond with your team or your boss as well. Tip number 5, avoid stepping on anybody's toes. You really don't want to push anyone's buttons or step on anyone's toes when you first start at a new company. Your focus should be getting on everybody's good side and not their bad side. So be conscious of your actions. You don't want to undercut anybody's work, take their desk or their particular seat in a meeting, offend anybody, or anything else. Tip number 6, take initiative in your duties and projects. If you have already completed what's been asked of you, think of your duties and what else you could do to help out the team. Take initiative and be proactive. Try to do things on your own to make improvements. And when you do things and you present your boss with this work, you'll impress them with this behavior. Most employees do the bare minimum of what they need to do just to skate by. You don't want to be that person, especially when you're starting at a new job and you're trying to make a great first impression. So go beyond and think ahead and figure out things that you could do. Number 7, arrive early and stay late, at least for the start. If I were starting new at a company, at least for the first few months, I would try to be one of the first ones to get there and one of the last ones to leave. You'll make a great first impression by showing that you're someone that's dedicated and willing to go the extra mile and put in those hours. Most jobs are 9 to 5, but you'll find that some people might go from 8 to 4 or 8 to 6. And when you first get there, you don't want to get in directly at 9 and leave directly at 5. Get there a little bit earlier, stay a little bit later, and start to learn your team's schedules. When do people get there and when do they leave? And after several months, you could start working on the schedule that they work. But when you first get there, plan to get there early and leave late, and you'll make a good impression. Tip number 8, dress clean and appropriately. Another area where people will pick up on the little things is when they look at how someone dresses and presents himself. You don't need to have the most expensive suit, shoes, or watch on. You just have to know the basics of the attire that your office adheres to, and you have to be able to put together outfits appropriately. Does your office dress casual, business casual, or business professional? Whatever that dress code is, Google that dress code and learn how to put clean outfits together. You want the color coordination complementary to each other. You don't want things that are too loud. If you're someone that has an eye for fashion and likes being flashy, I'd recommend that you refrain from doing that for the first 90 days. You really just want to focus on standing out with your work. Once you build up your reputation as someone who delivers great work, then you can start focusing on expressing yourself with your fashion and what you wear. Tip number 9, show proper workplace etiquette. Having proper workplace etiquette is the normal thing to do, and you won't really impress anybody by showing proper etiquette. However, if you show poor etiquette, you could quickly make a bad impression on somebody. Examples of poor etiquette can include talking about controversial things, taking credit for someone else's work, lying, harassment, and talking behind people's backs. Always keep in mind that you're a professional and there's a certain etiquette in the workplace. And if you're trying to make a good impression, you want to have the best etiquette that you can. Tip 10 is to impress people with your email etiquette. As easy as emailing sounds, there are a lot of ways to mess it up. You have to worry about writing, structure, formatting, how you CC people, how you address certain people, and what order you have to address them in, and things such as that. There will be people who don't care about email etiquette, but trust me, there are people out there that take this seriously, and you can make a great first impression by doing everything correctly. Remember that email is a form of communication and presentation. Don't take it lightly. If you consistently send out well-written and well-formatted emails with the proper etiquette, people will take note of that. Tip number 11 is to be conscious of your body language. This tip is another way to communicate and impress with your behavior. When you first start at a new job, always assume you're being analyzed and judged at any time. With this assumption, focus on exhibiting the best body language you can. You want to communicate that you are interested, confident, awake, and diligent. You don't want to be slouched at your desk, resting your head on the palms of your hands. You want to be upright and alert and looking like you're being productive. Be extra conscious of your body language during these scenarios. In meetings, at lunches, at your desk, and walking in the halls. Tip number 12 is to listen attentively. Being a good listener will definitely help you make a great first impression. Everybody wants to be heard and nobody wants to repeat themselves. When someone is speaking, listen to what they're saying and engage with them and give them feedback to let them know that you're listening to them and understanding. And while this tip sounds really easy, focus on this one because it can really help you make a great impression. Finally, tip number 13 is to add to the atmosphere and don't take away from it. You want to be someone that adds positively to the work atmosphere. And you don't want to be anybody that comes in with negativity or is always complaining and just has a gray cloud over them. This is someone that drains, someone that takes away from the work atmosphere. Since people have to go to work to make a living, they want to do so in the best atmosphere as possible. They want to look forward to going to work and know that they could be in a place that is fun, that is lively, that is a safe space where they could be comfortable and productive. If your actions and behaviors help create that type of atmosphere, everybody will enjoy being around you. On the other hand, if you're somebody that makes the atmosphere depressing and difficult and uncomfortable, you'll make a bad impression, no one will want to be around you, and you probably won't last long at this company. So as you go through your day, try to ask yourself, Am I being someone that is uplifting to this atmosphere? Am I being someone that people want to be around? If the answer is yes, then you'll likely make a good first impression. So those are the 13 things that you could do to help make a great first impression when starting a new job. The first impression is so important and it shouldn't be overlooked or taken lightly. By nailing the first impression, you're setting yourself up nicely at your new job. I hope this video helped you out, and I'll get working on the next one. I'll see you then.